Grand Rising, Grand Rising, Grand Rising. Grounded Dolphin. I'm currently, I don't know. I'm trying to stream from TikTok and StreamYard so I don't have to repeat myself. Um, but y'all know I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. So if it work, it work. If it don't, it don't. All right, I'm gonna give y'all a few seconds to couple of minutes to come in. Grand Rising, Grand Rising. Since I didn't give y'all a heads up that I was gonna be doing a live, I'm not expecting y'all to be on here. But I did have some stuff on my mind that I wanted to talk about. Um, I think the big thing for me is where everybody has a true understanding of what's going on. And what I've noticed is no matter how hard people want to try to change their life and get their affairs in order, if you have been conditioned to only, sorry, something happened on the TikTok. All right. If you've been conditioned to only know what it is to rewrite, add, subtract, and know they're his story, from the time you're 4 years old, you're trained to only serve their purpose. When I say their purpose, I'm saying the corporations, the government, whatever you want to call them, they are in control of your law enforcement, your Congress, your presidency. They're in control of everything. And because you don't have a clear and true understanding of that, it's so easy to keep falling into it with this system, this matrix. There are, come on, don't come over here with me. Jesus. Every time I'm trying to be somewhere in private, humans always coming. Like, get the fuck away from me. Anyway, you know, 9 to 5, you know that you're going to have to go to work, or you're going to have to go to school, or you're going to have to be on somebody government assistance, right? These are all the things that's embedded into your brain from 4 years old. I say 4 years old because 4 years old is when you start pre-K, right? So that's when the corruption of the brain starts to happen. So when you are past the age of maturity for your brain, so if your brain is done developing between 25 and 30, let's just say 25 and 30. If you're past the age of 30, then you're pretty much formed the way you're going to be formed. So even if you come across new information that you can prove is true information, your default setting is the matrix. And when I first started all of this, I used to get so mad at everybody, like, how the fuck do y'all not see this happening? And then I would get mad at y'all for not doing what you're supposed to do. And then I would get mad at y'all for not following through. And then I would get mad. It was too much of me being mad. Way too much of me being mad for somebody else bullshit. So what I realized, even in my own marriage, okay, because I started this journey with my husband. Me and my husband was going hard together. And then my husband took some hits in this and he stopped. And because he stopped, I stopped doing shit for him. So I stopped doing shit for my family. Like, if y'all not willing to learn and follow through, I can't keep on investing my time into getting y'all affairs in order. So I took all my attention and focused my attention on myself. And when I did that, I was able to do my research and development, and see how these things work and what don't. In the beginning, I was on every bandwagon, like, yo, I'm doing this, I'm doing that, fuck it, I'm doing everything. And I did everything. And out of the 100% of the everything I did, only 12% of this shit worked. Okay. So when somebody in this space charge y'all a fee, it's because we are constantly failing. And when we win, we're able to explain what not to do so you won't fail. And you can't go read this shit in a book. Even if you get books about the UCC or Modern Money Man and Blah, 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 what the fuck I just say? Modern Money Mechanics. It's a lot of other books. Sorry, I threw myself off with that shit. It's never going to tell you what to do. It's going to tell you how they frauding you. It's going to tell you what they doing wrong. But it ain't going to tell you how to fix it and how to make it work for you. So that's where the coaching comes in, the education. So what I noticed is a lot of the people that's had a lot of success with what I taught them, I never hear from them again. And that used to bother me, like, yo, you ain't gonna tell me what happened? I used to be mad at that. And then I talked to somebody close to me. Sorry. I don't want to nobody to join in yet because I'm still talking. See, I already lost my train of thought. Damn, what was I talking about? Fuck. It's really gone. I started reading something on here and I forgot what I was talking about. But anyway, let me try to get back to where I was talking about. I was getting mad, and then a family member called me, somebody that I had helped somebody in their life with their child support case. And I never heard back from that person. And so I figured, oh, they just didn't do what I said. So now we 2 years later, and I talked to this particular person, and they like, well, yeah, remember you did the child support and all that shit was cleared. So I'm sitting here like, God damn, my own family won't even tell me I fixed their shit. And so I was mad at that. But then I was like, you know what? It don't matter. The shit got done. So it's cool. I stopped being mad at everything and just went to focusing on myself. So I'm gonna pause that right there, put a period right there, and I'm gonna start talking about once the money has come, right? So I'm in this space now where everything for me is on pause. So I'm currently working on covering the my fees for my settlement. And the issue that me and my husband have been having for the last 3 years is trying to figure out who we gonna leave to control all the money, or even be the beneficiary now while we still alive. What I've learned with my kids, and I have in totality 15 kids. I have 4 kids that I gave birth to. My husband has 7 kids that he gave birth to, or whatever. And then we have 4 adopted. None of them can run the trust. None of them. We tried to branch out to family members. Let's see who's the most responsible, who has the most education, who has the right type of energy. None of them. None of them. We've been trying to have regular conversations with the people in our life about structure and standing on business, and it's too much. It's too much. So if you don't rush, okay, when you're setting these trusts up, some of these trusts you can't change. The most important trust you'll have, you can't change. All right? That's important for you to understand. Totally understand that. So you got to take your time. So rather than choosing the elders, the ones with the degrees and the ones that work in the banking and, all of that, we said we just going to wait. We just going to wait to set that part up. We currently have trust set up that works for us, but the trust that we want to set up for our family is a struggle. It's a struggle trying to find responsible people who can handle multi-million-dollar accounts. And when you close out your accounts, when you do your revocation of implied power of attorney, you need to have somewhere for that money to go, and you need somebody to manage it. I guarantee you, everybody is too irresponsible to do that, or none of us would be in this situation. So that's an issue that I have, dealing with that. It's a really big issue because now that it's no longer an issue with me having money or being able to afford things and buy things. Now is don't do none of that. I'm not buying no fancy cars. I'm not buying no boats. I'm not going to get no houses, because what I learned is the people that I work with, the people that do the consultations with me, they all say the same shit. I'm trying to buy this car. I need a mansion. I want to do it. Very superficial, surface, lowborn shit. And I am so scared to present myself as lowborn or a townie that I'm very careful with how I move. So I'm not interested in none of that. Me and my husband are taking our time to figure out exactly which spot of land we want to procure and build our estates on. It's you can't be a new money bitch. Like, you gotta really move like the wealthy. So when I be having these conversations with people that they don't follow through on their commitment to themselves, I just say to myself, it's not for every time and place, there's a time and a place, right? This is not the time for them to be successful in what they're trying to accomplish. And that's okay. My husband was like, these people paying you money and they're not following through on what they supposed to be doing. And I said, but people pay for Ivy League college and then they go get a regular job. So why are you mad? If they got the information, it's up to them to apply it how they want to apply it. But I can tell y'all that I have had success on the one thing that I knew in my heart was some real shit. When I found this out, I was like, what the fuck? What the fuck? And that is that lawsuit shit. That shit really worked. Damn, sorry. But oh man, it's crazy how you can see something or hear something, right? But have not experienced that something. And then you experience that something and you like, wow, I went through all of that shit to get to this right here. So I'm really proud of myself for being able to execute a multi-million-dollar settlement and get what I'm supposed to get and have the understanding to handle my affairs. I was talking to somebody and they was like, well, I got to pay the IRS first. And I was like, what the fuck you mean you owe the IRS? I was like pissed off, like, what you mean? And then I said, how much? And then when the person told me, I'm saying the person because I'm trying my best not to put nobody information out there, right? I'm like, so how long has that been there? And they said about 4 years. And I'm wondering if maybe people don't know that you can pay your entire IRS debt by settling it. So it don't matter if you owe them $20,000 or $24 million. You can address it. Well, let me say this. You can only address it like that if you're a secure party creditor. Okay? That shit changes the game because when you're a secure party creditor, you have taken over authority over your commerce, your businesses, your personal vessel. So it's easier for you to talk to a banker or a judge and all of y'all be on the same level. But if you come in there and you're not a secure party, then you're a public citizen to them. So you have to follow those rules. And make no mistake, there are separate rules for separate filings. So if you are a public citizen, meaning everything you do is in the public, you have to follow public rules. But if you are a private citizen, you do everything in the background. So nothing in the public is seeing what you're doing. Nobody in the public is seeing what you're doing. And this shit is not easy. It's hard to understand. It's hard to do. You will have, depending on, this is my advice to y'all. I would say take 4 things in this space that's you're interested in, right? And then execute them one at a time and see where your knowledge base is. And then you want to see how far you can get if you lose or fail, win or fail, whatever. Okay. This way, you'll have an understanding of how all this shit work before you go for the big guns. Me, I started at the top. That's just how I move. And I failed. So I started at the top of the building, 50-story building, and my ass fell to the bottom for like 2 years, 3 years. And that last time I climbed that wall, I won. I did what I was supposed to do. Okay, so the best thing I could tell y'all is decide if this is really something you want to do or you just a dreamer. You know how people dream and are hoping and pray that they win the lottery? They got their same numbers they play every day, every week. But that money that they invested for the last 20 years into the lottery, they could have put that into some investments. And they would have what they wanted. So it's all about dreaming and executing. I used to be a dreamer. I used to play the lotto. I used to say, oh, how my life would change if I won the lotto. And the truth of the matter is, you are the lotto. You are a living, breathing, walking motherfucking bank. And the only thing that is required for your success is a pen. You just gotta know where to sign. So, lesson of the day, if you are a secure party creditor and you owe debt to the IRS that can be settled in equity court, I know I put a video up for y'all too, where the judge was saying, okay, we're going to settle this. We're going to offset it or some shit. Everything I've been teaching y'all, I had a video and I put it up there somewhere. I got so many social media accounts, so I don't know where. But I put it up there. The judge actually saying, okay, this matter has been offset. So the shit is real. The only issue y'all might have is becoming a secure party creditor. It ain't the same in every state. It really ain't. And a lot of people be telling y'all to go to different states to file your secure party creditor paperwork. And I would tell you, if you're not following your secure party creditor paperwork, which is the UCC filings, right? In the place that you live and work, you doing yourself a disjustice. If you do not live and work in New Jersey, you live in Nevada, but you following your UCC in Jersey, how is that benefiting you if there's no business being conducted in those places? And I would advise y'all to read some books on UCC filings. Y'all already know those chat programs is not there for y'all. They're there to actually set you up. And while I'm talking about the chat program, I know the program is designed currently after their update to mislead you and give you false codes and case numbers and shit like that. But a trick around that is to, when they give you this, you want to pick words and phrases from what they're telling you, and then you can search that to get the correct information. I hope that was easy for y'all to understand, but it's just a tip I wanted to give y'all. So yeah, I think the lesson I was trying to give y'all today is, don't be upset if you have started a lot of actions and you didn't follow through on them. Okay, it's really important that you don't get down on yourself because you don't know any of this shit. It's something you seeing on social media. It ain't like you was learning this in school. Your family don't know this, or they would never have you living like this in fucking poverty. paycheck to paycheck. Even the middle class is gone. There's no middle class no more. We all in the same boat. So do what you can do. Learn what you can learn. And accept failure. Because failing is winning. Losing is winning. How would you ever know what it feel like to win if you never lose? So I'm telling y'all, the money is there. There's 2 courts, equity court and public court. There's multiple ways to change the sentences in your court case, pay these debts back to these corporations. Life is not over because you owe a debt. And there's no way in hell y'all don't understand that you don't have to pay the child support. It's too much information out there for that. So choose wisely on who is going to be the trustee of your trust, who's going to be the beneficiaries of your trust. I need y'all to be smart and start putting your properties in these trusts. Stop letting them have y'all trust. Or I meant the properties you own. I hope I helped y'all. I hope that those who can hear heard what I said. And be very careful with who you give access to your funding information with, okay? Just because somebody is your family or your friend, you love them so much. Money changes people. Money changes people. It's always better to look. If y'all really pay attention to wealthy people, you'll see that they go to the Goodwill. They shop at the Goodwill. They shop at Walmart. The ones that shop at Stein and Company or Saks are performing. They're performing a look. They want to be included. But people with real money, generational money, don't need to show you they got money. That is important. That is the difference between niggas with new money who don't know how to act and people with generational wealth. It's a difference. So decide how you gonna move and plan your design accordingly. And like I said before, sometimes I feel like I just be repeating myself. I don't think it's a need for me to keep repeating myself. Everything ain't for everybody. When it's your time to follow through, you will follow through. And nobody need to know about nothing you got going on. Just keep on moving accordingly like you've been doing before your shit came. I'm so broke. I'm so poor. I ain't got nothing. There's so many people that be asking me for money now. I be like, damn, I ain't even got it. I'm still waiting on the check. And I'm broke. I remember all the lessons from my grandfathers who had money, who built themselves up. Keep your mouth shut. Keep your mouth shut. Because I guarantee you, everybody who got their hand out, they would not fucking hand you out anything. I told somebody a year ago, send me a business plan for your, I said, let me be careful with what I say. Send me your business plan. I said, this time, at this time, I'm going to pay for you to do what I think you're good at. Just give me a business plan. Whole year went by. A whole fucking year went by. I never received a fucking business plan or had a conversation about the fucking business plan. And then when that time came for me to buy this business for this person, they start texting me and emailing me just out of the blue randomly. Like, I'm going to say, all right, you ready for me to pay for your shit? I don't even know what you're talking about. What's up? I ain't got it. You don't even have the fucking respect for me willing to give you something. I work my fucking ass off for when people laughing at me and talking shit about me being a sovereign citizen or crazy. But you want my money? I ain't got it. I went from trying to give every fucking body their dream to me not having it. I'm broke. I ain't got shit. I'm broke right now. I ain't got nothing. I don't give a fuck who you are. Not even my kids no more. You don't get to laugh at me and tell me I'm a dreamer and this shit ain't real. And then the success coming, you trying to eat? No, I'm obese. I'm the only one eating. I'm going to keep on building up my legacy for my grandkids. That's it. They say when people come into money, they start acting brand new. They start changing. Are they changing in a negative sense towards you? Or are they seeing you for who you really are and they not fucking with you like that? That's just like them fucking celebrities, them with they fucking entourage. Who is you, bug? Just around. Just around to get rewards that you didn't earn. Ew, tuh. I hate people like that. No, I'm good. I ain't got it. So I ain't got it. I'm broke. I'm poor. I got nothing to show y'all, right? Y'all better learn how to move y'all money in a place where nobody know what's going on. I was seeing a doctor when I was in my 20s. And this doctor taught me how to move my money all over the world. He taught me how to do numbered accounts only. He taught me how to put my money in Switzerland and the islands. And I was like, why this nigga teaching me all this? I ain't even got no money. But it was so important for him to teach me how to hide my money. And now I want to say 20 years later, everything that man taught me, I remembered. And I acted accordingly. And that's why I tell y'all, you don't have to move when you get the information. You only need to move when when it's divine timing, when it's the right time, when you completely understand shit. And had he not taught me that about the tax, he taught me about the fucking taxes. He taught me how to hide and move money. That was the best investment of my energy that I've ever got from a man. So, thank you, Dr. Todd. Now, I gave y'all all the information I can give y'all. I hope y'all understood what I was saying. I hope y'all take y'all time to plan y'all life out. And yeah, that's it. Like, that's it, y'all.